Y'all, they just took my food stamps.
I got a letter in the mail saying I owe $80,000 in back.
And I gotta pay back $35,000.
Tell me why I got this fucking letter saying that I owe food stamps $2,095. I have to pay back $27,000.
What is up, YouTube? My name is Happiness and welcome to my channel. So we're gonna look at a couple of people who got caught for food stamp fraud, and after that they took their food stamps. So let's check these videos out.
Y'all, they just took my food stamps. Oh my gosh, I can't even begin to tell y'all how frustrated I am. But more importantly, what am I gonna do? Now, I told y'all something was a little iffy and that we have to get our ducks in a row, y'all. We have to get our ducks in a row because guess what? Now I gotta figure out myself, but that's cool. The whole thing is they're doing food stamp reductions. Now, did I think it was gonna be me? No, I didn't. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I really didn't. But here we are. So for all y'all thinking that I just be BSing and this is not going on, this is going on. You can Google it. Google Trump administration food stamps and see what you don't read. But yeah, y'all, and get this. It was only $400 anyway. Like, how did I make the list of who to reduce? Talk about you don't meet the eligibility requirements anymore. That's crazy work.
Okay, I am so confused. She says that it was only $400, but on a caption it says that she owes thousands of dollars. So this comment says, in my day, being on food stamps is an extreme embarrassment. Yep. But because of social media, it's now a flex because all these women on EBTs are always flexing online for being on EBT, on food stamps benefits.
Trump voters owe me an apology. I am leaving the Department of Human Services because I got a letter in the mail saying I owe $80,000 in back. They said that I was manipulating the system. How am I manipulating the system just because I don't record certain incomes? That's not even any of their business. You know what I'm saying? They want me to pay back in full $82,794. That's what I owe back for food stamps they say that I never deserved. So I'm 34 years old, right? 19 years old, I began getting help from the state, right? And I just never turned it off, and it's just stayed on. Sometimes I had to fill out a form or something, but that's just free money from every person gets free money, right? From the state. So Trump voters 100% owe me and my family an apology in detail, okay? So I'm gonna sit here while you guys do that. Good day.
Wow, imagine that. Owing $82,000 in food stamps, and he said that it was from 18 years old to 34 years old. So how much was he getting? And understand that I feel that these stuff are rich baked because you find that most people are seriously doing this to get more views. That's what I believe. But let's look at this comment. So this comment says that growing up in the 80s, being on food stamps was practically a mark of shame. Where are we now as a society that being on food stamps is a flex? It's a flex because they have no shame, and these people on TikTok really need content because with all of this, I owe thousands of dollars in food stamps. It gives you more views. That's what I feel, but let's still continue.
Maybe when people be like, girl, how you get food stamps? I wish I get food stamps. Are lying. That lady called me and said, ma'am, I said, yes, ma'am. She gonna say, what's your address? I said, ma'am, I don't have no address. I've been homeless for 3, 4, 5 months. I have nothing. My family won't let me stay with them, ma'am. I'm starving. While I'm kicked back in the bedroom and everything, living lovely. So y'all remember that time that I got on TikTok telling y'all about the food stamps. Do y'all remember that time I got on here and told y'all about the food stamps? Why the fuck did they turn my food stamps off? And I gotta pay back $35,000. They turned my food stamp off and I gotta pay back $35,000. Now I'm fucking aggravated because how y'all didn't know I was playing on here? Y'all just running with shit. But them motherfuckers really turned my goddamn food stamps off and I have to pay them back $35,000. I don't know where the hell I'm gonna get $35,000 from, but I have to pay them back. So y'all, watch what y'all put on the internet because everything is not for the internet. And I learned that. Now I'm sitting here stuck, hungry as fuck, no food. And I don't got no fucking $35,000, so I don't know where they think I'm about to get that from.
And also in terms of her, when she's talking about that, you know, like she learned that everything is not for the internet. Maybe with her story that I can believe, because you know, like, I mean, like, the first thing that most of these EBT moms do once they get caught up in a system of doing fraud or whatever, they go to the internet and they flex about it, they talk about it, you know. So I do believe her, like, not everything is for the internet.
So I'm a low-income girly. I've been on food stamps on and off for the better part of like 6 years. I moved out of my parents' house when I was 20, so I'm 26 now, so I've been on food stamps for about that long. Tell me why. I just got this fucking letter in the mail, and I haven't been on food stamps for about 6 months because I got a new job like 5-6 months ago and I knew I wasn't gonna qualify. Tell me why I got this fucking letter saying that I owe food stamps $2,095. What the fuck? They also don't give any options for like payment plans on here, or they didn't tell me why. They were just like, oh, just pay this balance or it's gonna get taken out of your next year's tax return. Bitch, the fuck? And the letter came from the collection agency, the government collection agency of food stamps. Like, they have their own collection agency. Also, how evil do you have to be to work that job? Like, I just wanna know. Like, most people who have food stamps are not like well off enough to even be paying $2,000. Like, most of them don't have $2,000 in their bank account. I know, I sure as hell don't. Like, since when did food stamps become a loaning service? Since when do I have to pay this shit back? Like, I'm thinking about it and I'm like, there's no way. There's no way that I've gotten that much in food stamps. Sorry, my ring light died. They're making me pay back like the whole thing with almost no explanation. And like, they were supposed to apparently send me a letter because I looked at this up on Reddit to see if it had happened to anyone else. They were supposed to send me a letter about a hearing and all this stuff where I could appeal this. I didn't get any of that shit. I didn't get any of that in the mail. So I don't know what the fuck is going on. And before anyone wants to say shit, no, I did not falsify anything on my food stamps applications. I gave all my information to them. Obviously, I didn't, once I was done with my food stamps and couldn't qualify for them anymore, obviously I wasn't telling them about like the jobs I was working then, but because I was done with the program. But like, while I was on food stamps, I reported all my income. I did everything right. So yeah, I'm fucking livid right now, obviously.
I mean, like, you lost track because you were purchasing too much junk food. That's why the Trump administration did get rid of the junk food and the sodas too, which caused you to lose track on the amount of money that you really owe.
I just went to check the mail and I received a letter from the food stamps office. It says, after multiple videos were sent into our office, we had to conduct an investigation. And during our investigation, we did come across a few discrepancies in your application. It says, therefore, over the last 6 months, you received benefits that did not belong to you and needs to be paid back. You know how much I have to pay back? Do you want to know how much food stamps I have to pay back? I have to pay back $27,000. Good thing is that they offer a payment plan, because where the fuck am I going to get $27,000 off of? And guess what? I'm not even going to pay it. Y'all have to prove to me. Where's the proof? This letter doesn't mean anything. Where's the proof? Show me the proof of what I was doing wrong. This is unbelievable. Didn't your parents ever teach you to mind your own business? Or they didn't teach you that? So I have to be very quiet because I'm like hiding out in the woods somewhere. But my sister does not have my passport. I don't know why people keep saying this, but she does not have it. Okay, the one that she took was my expired passport. So in reality, joke's on her because she thinks she has the real one and she doesn't. That one, I don't have no use for it, and that's why it was in my safe. But anyways, I made it to my destination. I don't want to tell you guys where I'm at until I'm where I'm supposed to be. So after here, I'm gonna cross the border and then I'm taking a flight somewhere. Also, one of my friends told me that she might be able to give me the $27,000. So I have to like reach out to her. And hopefully she's still willing to send it to me. And like that, I don't even have to cross the border. So I gotta work on that now. But I'm trying not to use my phone too much. Because I have to like, you know, make sure I conserve my damn battery. Because if not, I don't have anywhere to charge my phone. So I'm gonna reach out to her and see if she sends me the money. So like that, I don't even have to like be on the run anymore.
This comment says the entitlement and the audacity of a woman who said, "Didn't your parents teach you to mind your own business? I'm sorry, but what did your parents teach you?" Okay, wow, $27,000 is a lot. So, but let's check out this comment. So, this comment says that $27,000 in food stamps in 6 months. WTF? Is she running an orphanage or something? Yes, that's the question to which we want to know, like, within 6 months, how did you get that amount to be $27,000? We'll never know. Or maybe it's just for chasing cloud, because maybe it might be fake. Or maybe you're trolling. Maybe, you know, like, you're trying to get views on TikTok. Maybe. We'll never know why you guys are always, you know, telling us lies about, you know. But hey, you know, that's what I think, but let's still continue.
So, the welfare fraud department of my county just left my house. Are you guys happy? Are you guys happy? I get a knock at my door, I open the door, and of course there's 3 people in, you know, nice work clothes, whatever. I thought it was CPS. Okay, big surprise there. No, it's the welfare fraud department. I didn't even know there was a welfare fraud department. Okay, so with everything that I have going on with my food stamps and everything, they are going to be tracking every single paper trail that I have had attached to my name for the last 10 years. They are going to be digging up everything. I am possibly facing criminal charges for this. This is not just something where they take your food stamps, you know, for a couple weeks, or no. This is actually criminal. So I hope you guys are happy.
They took everything. My food stamps, my cash. I had a cash balance over $6,000. It's gone. I had a food stamp balance of over $10,000. That's gone. They are going to be garnishing my TikTok wages to pay the $27,000 that they are saying I owe from an overissuance in food stamps. My Section 8 is now on hold, so I don't know how I'm going to pay my rent this month. My disability, that's another thing. At first they tried to say that none of us would get our disability checks, but that's a whole other ballgame, okay? I'm screwed. I can't reapply for 90 days. 90 days I have to go without food, without cash, without a way to pay my rent. I was just at Walmart, had over $700 worth of groceries in 3 carts with 3 babies. It was so embarrassing.
Wow, so sad. Another one who owes $27,000 in food stamps. So it shows that, you know what, if you want to do the fraud, then don't flex online. But, you know, we do not suggest, we do not recommend fraud, you know, on this channel, because we are trying to also crack down on who is who, and thank you to the Trump administration for, stopping people like this who are always abusing the system. Or maybe they might be doing it for views, for TikTok. Who knows? We'll never know. But one thing for sure is that it might be entertainment. But remember, your entertainment for views is affecting other people too, which really rely on it. That's why there were a lot of cuts in the welfare department, you see. So, but despite that, comment below, guys, on your thoughts in terms of this, people owing so much, thousands of dollars in food stamps. But despite that, guys, thank you for watching my channel. Please like and subscribe, and let's meet up to the next video, and peace out.